All right, guys. You know what? Actually, something just to add to this past video. Because Daimo posted that comment about he would like to see some more Cell moves. How Cell had the special beam cannon and other kind of lore moves. He was talking about hyper dimension too and all these other things. And if you think about it, fuck, Cell has even had the spirit bomb in one of the games. And I do agree that Cell has a lot of lore you could pull from, to the point that you could actually probably make an EX Cell, honestly, right? You know what I mean? Technically, because, characters are so kind of simple in this game. But to stay away from that, and I don't think you could actually give him all of those moves. I was trying to think, how would you actually do something so to actually give him a little bit more lure? So actually, without making him too crazy. So I was actually thinking, the perfect attack, right? So, he does this attack, right? And a lot of times it just ends with the fucking the bear hug, right? So what is something actually cool for this you could do? What about this? And I was just thinking about this when he made this comment. Thought about lickety split. I thought about this lickety split, and I actually really like the idea. So what about, kind of like how Gogeta does his Tiger Knee stuff, Soul Strike, and if you press O, he just automatically wastes the bar, he does it. So what about whenever you're doing like a perfect attack, if you press O, corresponding to whatever direction you press, he does another one of those moves. Maybe he'll go into a special beam cannon. Maybe he'll go into a solar flare. You know what I mean? Something else at the end instead of just, you know what I mean, a generic. That's not as fun, I don't think, right? So even you could do stuff. What if there's something like boom, boom, they're like boom, boom, like now normally when you do this, right, boom. So he could have some kind of mix up. Maybe he goes that way that time, boom, boom. Boom, this way he goes in, you start going for a mix up, whatever, and the guy wants to reflect out of it, right? Or whatever he wants to do, right? So maybe when you do this, boom, boom, you hit this, and then you press O, and then he teleports down to the ground, and maybe he does a special beam cannon. You could maybe hold it in, and so then he teleports on the other side, holding it in, whatever. Make it do a lot of block damage. You can call your assist while you're doing it, or maybe you do this boom boom, whatever, boom boom, boom boom, then you press O and down and O, and he comes down, and the opponent wants to DP you because they're expecting this, right? Then you do the solar flare, and the solar flare is invincible or something, right? And when the opponent is afraid of all this, that makes stuff like this work more often, right? I think that is a kind of a ghetto way that you could probably add in a little bit of allure to the character, a little bit of appreciation, add in a couple of special enders. It takes meter, but he'll do one of those, like a solar flare, a special beam cannon, and maybe one other move from a different character or something like that to make it overboard, right? And it would make it a little bit more interesting than just doing that. So that is a move you could add with Cell to spice him up a little bit. I think that would actually be kind of fun. Okay, the end.